Right, we're going to go back over to Howell now. As you can see, same day, same shirt. Actually, it's a day later. He's just wearing the same top twice. Right, we're going to talk about something a little bit different today. Because I know there's a lot of people asking about it. We're talking about the Midas dry fly. And I know you've got some questions to ask about it. So, fire away, son.
I mean, first of all, it's been a fly that we've fished 10 years or so.
At least.
Yeah, I was thinking 12, even more.
Yeah.
And it's my go-to dry. You know, if I'm fishing dries in a reservoir, it's a Midas.
Well, it's not your go-to fly, it's your go-to Paul's box fly.
That's true because I'm running out of stock and
Yeah.
I haven't seen you for a while. So
Yeah.
my sort of Midas is replenishing a little bit. First of all, right, because you tie a few, and every time I see you, I pinch a few.
Yeah.
Then you say, "Well, I'll teach you how to tie them," and I know you've taught Ryan, you've taught Steve Smalley, and every time you tie them, they say, "Well, they're wrong." So, you know, what's the difference when you tie them and when they tie them? What's the secret?
There's a couple.
Oh, you're not going to say that.
Well, no, I don't mind saying it. You know, I've got a good friend who's a vicar, and I have them blessed. Actually, how the whole thing come about, funny enough, was with Steve Peart a good few years ago. We got on a boat at Rutland, and I put this fly on. You know what it was like 15 years ago? I used to sort of invent flies and that.
Yeah.
And I tied this fly, and I looked at her, and I tried everything else. Anyway, I put it on, and I absolutely battered Steve Peart that day. To the stage where Steve Peart turned around and says, "Give us a look at that fly." And I showed him it. He looked at it, he tutted, wound his line in, threw his rod down and went, "If you're catching all them fish on that, I give up fishing." And that's how it was born. You know, and there's been other occasions where, you know, if people go back about, must be 10 years ago, Grapham, the National, Nigel Collis won it. And in the top 7, the Ospreys had 5 people in the top 7.
Yeah.
Everyone qualified on the Midas. I don't think it's anything special. I think it gives fish what they want. It's a very, should we call it a general pattern? It's not an imitation.
No.
Which I think a lot of dry flies do try to imitate something. This is more of a general pattern. Should we call it like a hazier type of pattern where it's a general comparison. You can tell you're trying to do something, man. You kind of
quiet doing this.
So it's more of a general pattern.
The thing that gets me is that I put it on Brennig, I put it on Llandeg, I put it on Grapham, I put it on Rutland. You just come back from stocks and annihilated fish. So I mean, Menteith, Carrot Valley, Chew Valley, you name it, it works everywhere.
It does. It works on peaty water. It works on, you know, the likes of Rutland and that, clear water. I don't know water that it doesn't work on.
No.
You know, and over the years, I've tied thousands of them. But I also think it's got trigger points. If people knew how to tie the Midas, it's everything you wouldn't do.
Yeah.
The legs are different. The hackle's different. The head's different. The body's different.
Yes.
It's only a lunatic could invent it. It is.
That's true.
I was pissed and bought shitless when I tied it. But for some reason, Howell, like I say, it's a brilliant general pattern, but it isn't just a dry either.
No.
Yeah, Stevie Peart swears blind at his favourite way of fishing it is on a die 3 middle dropper. It doesn't, you know, the last 2 years down at Buell, I've qualified on it, on a claret one, on fry feeders. Shove it across fry feeders, you know, when they're ignoring you and they're plowing past you. High 3 across them, figure of 8, dead quick, and then boom, and they're on it.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to fish it, but it's just, I don't know, I don't think it's anything special that I do. But if you spoke to Steve Smalley took him 6 months to try to just get it close. And the daft thing is, if anybody sees us fishing and they look at the fly, they would never ever tie it up properly, because when you tie it and when you fish it, it looks totally different.
Yeah, exactly.
I could see it. I sat for hours and hours thinking about it, contemplating, putting all these trigger points to. It wasn't. It was totally by accident.
Yeah. But now, I know the black one works really well. I mean, the original is the favourite, and that's the one that always goes on the cast. But the black one, Bibio one, I mean, when the red legs are on the black or on
red legs, hawthorns, that's when the black comes in.
Yeah.
And it'll beat any proper imitation of a hawthorn. It'll beat any proper imitation of a red legs.
Hands down. But there is a little bit of a difference. I mean, you do fish your dries. How can I say it?
Different.
Unlike any other person, fishes dries.
See, you're letting the cat out of the bag. People think I've practiced this method.
You're just lazy. You just want to lean on the engine and flick it out.
Somebody said, though, last year, I knew it was you. I says, how's that? Because I could see your feet up on the side of the boat, you had your elbow on the engine, and you were leaning right back fishing your dries. I went, yeah, that was me.
Yeah, exactly.
So, to be honest, I think there is something in the way I fish my dries. But the fly itself, what I've done is, it's getting to a stage now where I think, I've had a decent run with it. Every one of my England caps has come on the Midas.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, as I said, the fly's been around 12 plus years. People have tried to copy it.
Yeah.
People have thought they've copied it. And people
I've seen some wonderful copies on Facebook.
I've got the Midas and they go, no, you haven't.
Yeah,
you haven't.
Hey, the amount of people who've actually seen the original and they've tried to tie it up is horrendous. Yeah. I've seen some people put it up on Facebook and all that, and it's not the original. It's not.
No.
I wouldn't put it on my cast.
No. Now, exclusive to Trout Watch.
Yeah.
You're bringing them out.
Why not?
Why?
Well,
is it because you're fed up of tying them for everybody and giving them away? You think, right, all of you can have a go.
I can actually do these in my sleep.
Yeah.
A couple of daft reasons. One, I'm getting to a stage now with the comps where I'm starting to ease up a little bit. Trout Watch has been a big factor in it. We've set Trout Watch up. We want it to be honest and genuine. And I made some daft. I fished with a few people lately and they've asked us about it. And I was reluctant to tell them. And I felt guilty.
Yeah.
So I've got my business head on now. Yeah, I'm going to sell them. Yes. And I will openly admit it, I'll earn a few quid. Not much. Wouldn't pay the bills anyway. But if it helps somebody catch a fish, then so be it.
Yeah.
And I think, again, the only time you'll get me aggravated, there's people out there who swear blind they know how to tie it, and they put it up on forums, Facebook, magazines, whatever, and they haven't a clue. And all they're basically doing is stitching people up. If you don't know how to tie something, then don't bullshit. No, so I think it's at a time now, people, don't expect to put this fly on and go and catch 10 times more fish. There's a lot of things that you've got to do with it. It's the way you fish it. It's your confidence in it. Listen, I cast my dries out. You know how much I fish dries. And I bet you the bulk of my fish come because of my confidence on dries. I expect every time my flies hit the water, I'm going to have a head and tail over that.
Yeah.
So with me, we've always said it, confidence and fishing is a big thing. The confidence that I've got in dries, it just goes down line.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point somebody putting a Midas on and going, I'm not sure if this will work or not.
No.
That it ain't going to happen. You've got to have the confidence.
You've got to have the confidence.
You will sit there, and no matter what dries you got on, nothing's going to happen because the fish are not looking at it.
To be fair, this year, it's been a little bit of a funny year. I would like to think I've got a little bit of a reputation on dries. I think I'm all right on dries. I've seen better, but so what, I kind of cast. And they've went out, and to be fair, what people have picked up on is, a couple of them have turned around and said, but you're doing now different.
Yeah.
And I think some people thought, well, he's doing something different to get them fish. I'm not, it's just pure confidence. I'm relaxed.
You do fish your dries very close to the boat.
Very close.
But what I will say is, I mean, far closer than a lot of people would think to fish their dries. The one thing that you're doing is your flies spend less time in the air than anybody else is, because you lift off and you put it straight back in the water.
Well,
whereas you'll see a lot of people, when they're fishing dries, they'll do 2-3 false casts.
Yeah.
So your flies are back on the water immediately.
Well,
so,
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll finish this off with a Midas, right?
Yeah.
Let people have a think about it. And I was going to put, what I've done is I've collected some quotes, genuine quotes, so you can check out with these people.
Well, my household, when Tanya answered it, ignore
no,
it.
They'll go away. With genuine quotes, so you're more than welcome to check with these people. And I will put some at the end of this video of quotes of different people regarding the Midas.
The thing is, what I will say, right, it is my go-to dry. You have a look at my dry fly box, and there's a collection of Midas. Always, they're running low now. So, of these new carded ones, I hope there's a few in the post to me as well. But
listen, you don't get a card for your birthday, never mind a card with a bloody Midas on.
The other thing is, there are a couple of things to do before you go fishing as well, with the Midas. And you're going to share that?
I will. Right, no. What I tend to do is, I will put them in, you know, the bottle of silicone muslin.
Yeah.
Do you know which one I'm on about?
Here's one you prepared earlier. Yeah.
Right. I tie my fly. I dress it up ready for me going fishing, because when I tie it, I then rip the shreds out of it. But I do it a certain way. I put them in that, and then I put them on a plate on the windowsill till the next morning. That's one way of waterproofing them. So I do that, and then I use my own dry fly. It's like Gig. It's called True Flow.
Yeah.
What I like about it, and the reason I went for it, is when it gets warm, it doesn't lose its consistency. Whether it's cold or warm, it's the same consistency.
Yeah.
So I do that. I always use a certain leader for dry fly fishing. Too many times you drop your line and people lift up, and all of a sudden you'll hear there's a lift up.
Yeah.
Right. I use it's a floating leader. Now, Ovis used to do them. I've sourced them. Ovis have stopped doing them now, I think. I've sourced them.
It's a tapered leader, just to tell people.
Yeah, you know what it is. It's a tapered leader, but the difference to a normal tapered leader is this one's hollow in the middle.
Yeah.
So when you tie a knot at the end and you tie a knot this end, you've trapped the air in the middle. Yeah. So it sits perfect on top of the water. So when you lift off, it doesn't make any noise.
No.
Right? The other thing is, if you need to use that, you're casting too far. That's how I fish them. Right?
That's how you fish, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's one thing you did say it then, but probably people wouldn't have picked up on it. You said you rip your fly to shreds.
Yeah, I don't like nice flies.
No. But you do tease it.
Tease? Tease and rip's two total opposites.
Okay. Once you've tied the fly onto your leader, you get some Velcro.
Yeah. Well, no, I use a Velcro on the top of my waistcoat. If anybody looks, you'll see the colour of the Midas on the Velcro.
So what do you do with it?
What I do is I don't touch the underside. So I grab the hook so that the bends in here and the eyes here. I just turn it on its back and rub it along the Velcro.
Yeah. So you're just ripping out all the fibers.
Everything on top.
On the top. Yeah.
Because what I want is I want my fly sitting in the film. I don't want it bouncing up on top. You bounce it on top and you'll get aborted takes and what have you. Yeah. So I rip it up. Again, when I'm fishing, it's different other ways. I'm dropping myself in the poo here, because I've told people that I've perfected this technique, and it's just because I can't cast. I as it comes back really hard, I give it a hard flick, but then I bring it forward just a little bit. I've timed it now, it's down to half a second. I bring it forward, but you get lost. It was by accident, but now I do it deliberate. I do it.
Yeah.
And you can hear and you can feel the flies going click, click, click at the back because I'm bringing the line forward too quick. What that does is, if you turn around and watch it, is them flies click as are going back. You can see the spray coming off it. So every time my fly hits the water, it's dry and it's sitting on the top. But I don't even false cast 99% of the time.
No, I know. No, that's what I'm
Hand
saying.
goes on the engine, but there's a little thing that I do as well with dries that a lot of people don't do. Chuck it out. Now, how many times our fish dries? You've chucked it out, you fish for an hour, now it's happening, you do that, and you look back and the fish has took you. I think there's a reason for that. You've got your rod straight down. When you turn your body, you move the rod a little bit, which just gives the fly, and that's enough for it to take. So what I do is cast it out, and I extend my arm as it goes out. As soon as it hits it, I only leave it 5 seconds on the water, if that.
Yeah.
But when I start to take it off the water, I pull my arm back up a little bit, and then I'm off quick. It's just enough to move it that much.
Yeah. So it's like an induced take.
Yeah. But again, I've sat in boats. He'll not mind us saying it. Pete Thurnell.
Yeah.
Even he said, "I'm a chuck and leave it, man." So he chucks it out. Now, if a fish is going to take it, 99% of the time it'll take it in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So why leave it there for a minute? Doesn't work with me. I'd work the percentage game, think, right, and all I do, it's sort of mechanical. Bang, 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 and I do that all day long. If I see a fish, I can't cover it because I've got no line out. I'll just the closer I know me and you think slightly different here. The closer a fish comes to you, the better chance you've got of hooking it.
Yeah.
I use a non-stretch floater when I'm on dries because I feel as though I'm in touch with them. The other day, I tried to be a clever bugger, right? And I seen a fish at distance. I thought, I'll give it the old Howell Morgan. I even give it this, right? And I thought, hey, that went pretty good. That I managed half a hole. So it goes out, and the fish went. Should have seen us trying to hit it. I was pulling my left hand right down, and I still missed it. I never even felt it. So
yeah, you've got to time it perfectly at this.
I know you fish them different, so how you when you're out, I've seen and you're chucking a seriously stupid long line. Can I say the point of it? But never mind. Show off.
No. I'll fish it within sort of 15 yards or so. Yeah. Right, but same as you, there. I'll have the extra 5, 6, 7, 8 yards down on the bottom of the deck.
Can I do that because the curls run me rod at the bottom?
You just no. Leave it on the floor. So if you've got
it jumps up and down from the handle, man.
Oh yes, because of the way you're hauling, right? When
I'm hauling.
Hauling.
Is that a nose tick?
Yeah. When you if you've got all that spare line on the bottom of the boat, if a fish does rise,
yeah, you can cover it.
It's not coming up towards you. It's going across. He's going away. You've got one chance at it. If you could there pulling line off the reel, pulling line, the fish is gone. You've got an opportunity to put it in front of it and have a chance at it.
Say, I look at it and I think I didn't want that one. It doesn't want to be sociable and come towards us. I've got to tell you this story then, right? And I'll have to edit it a bit. The other week I was fishing a match at Stocks, and I had this lovely guy out with us. He was a doctor. He's one of Derek's friends. And he was such a beautiful line. Really nice guy, had a lovely day with him. Derek said to us before, by the way, he doesn't swear. I thought, well, I'll change that. So we get out there, and I had a few fish. Should have had 10 in the first drift. And he looked at me and he went, "Excuse me, Paul." Nobody's ever said excuse me for years. "Excuse me, Paul."
It's oi.
Could I have one of them flies, meaning a Midas? I says, "Yes, but under certain stipulations." "What's that?" I says, "Right. If you've got to use your left hand to cast, you're casting too far." I says, "So wind a bit of line in." So he wound it in. I says, "What I want you to do," I says, "now these flies have been blessed by Father Paul, right?" I says, "What I want you to do is to make sure you don't touch your rod." Now you've got to remember this guy doesn't swear, right? I says, "Put your left hand on your bollocks and scratch them while you're casting. He says, and will that work? He was starting to joke on with us by then. He says, and will that work? I went, of course it will. Perfect timing, mate. He says, is this how? And he put his hand there, started scratching, and he flicked them out. No word of a lie, Owl. Fish went, took it. And he looked at us in total amazement, and this bit I'll have to bleep out. He went, well, f*** me. And that's a guy that's never swore. What a great day. And I just thought that was perfect. You know, somebody knew, and to me that was what it was about. This guy's pretty new to fishing. It was the first time I'd had him out. I give him a fly, and he was totally amazed. But he thinks
he's going to do that.
He's going to do that all day long.
So when are the Midas available?
Right, I'm going to be selling them a Trout Watch. We're doing cards, which is 2 original, 2 claret, 2 bibio, 2 black. I'll be selling them here. I know I've done a deal with Ben. He's going to be selling them at Stocks. Listen, bottom line is 6 months' time, somebody else will bring them out. All I can say to the people out there is, for the last 10 years, I've taught people how to tie these, and they still can't get them right. So the chances of these other companies having them, they're going to be snides, and they're not going to work as well. But no doubt they will.
That's right. I hope there's only one original Midas.
Well, there's only one original. So, you know, if it helps people catch a few more fish, even this week, the amount of phone calls and messages I've had, ridiculous. Paul, please can I have some?
Brilliant.
So
it's nice to, share a pattern that's been so successful and let other people enjoy it.
Yeah. So there you go.
Well done.
You can buy them now.
No,
right.
It's from your box.
I shall be talking to you again shortly regarding dry fly fishing.
Okay, mate.
Okay, catch you later.